Hey everyone, Brickhouse here, and in the race to the bottom as the biggest summer of 2023 box office flop, we do have a little history being made, and that is The Flash. The Flash has become the worst box office flop in superhero movie history. Yay for The Flash. So just after 3 weeks in theaters, EzraMiller's multiversal epic is finally considered to be the biggest flop in superhero movie history. And that's despite it being called one of the best superhero movies ever by, Tom Cruise, big star, James Gunn, co-CEO of the DCUniverse. I mean, this movie had the worst drop in DC history from week 1 to week 2 at 72-73%, depending on who you're talking to. And then week 3 gets pulled out of about 1,500 movie theaters. Now, there's a lot of reasons for the failure of The Flash, besides the fact that it was released 5 years late, besides the fact it went through multiple directors, multiple writers, the EzraMiller issues from the last couple of years, the reshoots, 2 EzraMillers in the movie. So, because of The Flash's reported $220 million budget, which it wouldn't surprise me if the budget was probably a little bit even higher than that, $150 million in promoting this colossal failure. So you're talking $370 million. If you use the theory of you have to double your budget and promotional budget together to break even, you're talking $740 million to break even. It's going to be lucky to see it's going to be lucky to see 400 million total gross to box office, I think. It just crossed over 100 million in domestic in 3 weeks. So you're talking a loss of over 200 million plus for Warner Brothers Discovery DC. I mean, this is how bad it's gotten. EzraMiller's long gestating DC solo outing earned a meager $5.23 million in its third weekend in theaters, bringing the domestic total to a lean $99 million. I mean, there was talk of a sequel. I don't see a sequel happening. And if I was Michael Keaton, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm done as Batman. I'm done. I'm out. See ya. So what's this mean going forward? Well, you got Blue Beetle coming up in August. Blue Beetle is not a widely known character. I think it's safe to say that that's probably going to lay a big goose egg. Then, of course, you have Aquaman 2 coming out in November, or is it December? And, that's got Amber Heard in it. That's going to attract a lot of fans. So you see why DC has a huge problem on its hand right now when it comes to its superhero movies. I did a video previously where I think DC, between Shazam, Black Adam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, you're talking about $1.2 billion worth of budget worth of movies. And they're not even going to come close to recouping that 1.2 billion. Not even close. So what does The Flash's box office mean for DC? To say The Flash has missed the mark for Warner Brothers and DC would be an understatement. The film, along with his direct DC predecessor Shazam 2, could very well have done irreparable damage to the super-powered brand. Yes, Warner had to release EzraMiller's movie at some point, having been working on it since 2019. It was a sunk cost, and they couldn't just cancel it. Even though they probably would have been better off just canceling it. They should have just backrolled it. However, putting the money into it, that was, especially on the promotional side, feels almost irresponsible. There had to have been internal indicators telling the studio this sort of financial return was coming, no matter how many Hollywood bigwigs came out in support of the movie. Ever since the announcement that James Gunn and Peter Safran would be taking over the DCU and pushing in a new era, momentum on the franchise has been slowing down. If the writing was on the wall, maybe a reevaluation of strategy could have been in line going into the release of the movie. While comments from some box office experts saying the WB would have lost less money releasing The Flash on Max or not releasing it at all may be a little extreme, there had to have been a happy medium between what Warner did with their multiversal flop and straight to streaming. And you have 2 more movies coming out, like I said, before the Gunn Safran reboot of the DCU. You got the Blue Beetle and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. And the downward spiral seems primed to continue for the franchise, at least from a financial perspective. One can only hope that one or both of these 2 remaining movies is at least good, and the Blue brand can start to pick back up steam with the release of 2025 Superman Legacy. So I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you think? Comment down below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. And if you would at the same time, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell to get notified when my content becomes available here on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you later.